Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Today I'm going to make something inspired by our trip to Mexico City last summer. And that is a taco that we had for breakfast one morning on the street in Mexico City. There were two different things that we had that morning at the stall. The filling in both cases was exactly the same. It's just whether it was put onto a bun or onto a blue corn tortilla. So I've got some blue corn tortillas here. I've got some potatoes, some of our homemade chorizo, an onion, and some of our pickled onions and some fresh Mexican cheese. So it was just a combination of these things cooked on a giant flat top. And very simple flavors. Most of the flavoring came from the chorizo. So this is our homemade chorizo, and I think it's got some pretty good flavor. Now there were two types of potatoes that they used. There were potatoes that were cubed up like this and fried with the onion. And they also had some potatoes that were mashed. And so they asked you which one you wanted. We tried the cubed potatoes. I really liked them. And so I'm trying to cut these into a fairly small dice so that they cook evenly and quickly. And I'm going to parboil them first before we put them onto the frying pan. While those potatoes cook, I have a cast iron frying pan that's just coming up to temperature. And I'm going to add our homemade chorizo in there, and we're going to fry that off. And while that's browning, I'm going to slice up this onion. So, top and tail. And then I'm going to cut out the root end at an angle. And then cut these straight down the line like that. Okay, the chorizo is starting to brown. So I'm going to go just a little bit longer before I add the onions in. I'm going to test the potatoes. You don't want to cook the potatoes too far. You don't want them too soft. And I've used waxy potato. Most people would call it a waxy potato. The Ontario potato farmers and the Canadian potato farmers have told me at length that they would prefer I say a wet potato. So, a wet potato. And they're just about done. If you cook them too far, it'll just turn to mush. And you still want it to retain that potato shape. It's almost like putting corned beef hash in a taco. In go the onions. And we'll just give that a stir around. We want to brown the onions up nicely. The potatoes are done, so I'm just going to use a spider to pull them out of the water and throw them into the pan with the chorizo and the onions. And then we'll give this a toss, get everything coated, and the potatoes will finish cooking in here and they'll take up some of that flavor from the chorizo. Okay, so everything's coming together. Let's get the cheese ready. So this is quite possibly not the correct cheese. Fresh Mexican cheeses in our neighborhood are a little tough to come by, and they don't come from Mexico. So I did the best I could. I got a cheese called Cotija, C-O-T-I-J-A. No clue how to say it. I'm sure someone's going to tell me, since that is a favorite pastime of the internet. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. It's a crumbly, fresh cheese. Yeah, this will be good. This should melt really well. That's good. Now we'll heat up the corn tortillas and get them a little bit toasty. Okay, the tortillas are starting to toast. So I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in the middle of each. Well, it's still in the flat top, getting hot. And then a little scoop of filling on each one. I'm going to spill. And I'm going to try not to overfill, which is something I always do. And I could have chopped the potatoes a little bit finer, I think. But, you know, next time. And I'm going to put just a couple of our fresh red pickled onions. Okay.
Hey, Glen.
Jules.
Hey, friends. I have arrived just in time. Let's see. Did you pick up any beverages for
I
this?
did pick up some beverages. So I'm just going to fold these over. They didn't necessarily fry them, but everything was melted together inside. So, this is that breakfast taco we had in Mexico City.
Ooh, that was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. So,
What I remember most about that was the terrible accident.
yes,
Unfortunately, we dropped one.
dropped everything. And you're never going to see that footage because it got so many strikes on YouTube because there were so many different pieces of music playing all over the place. And at one point, someone walked in front of us, stood in front of the camera, and sang a song. So I might show you that with the volume turned down. Let's have a beverage, and I think these are ready to go.
So I am fascinated by this. Yoli?
Yoli, it's a lemon lime.
All
Or is
right.
it just lemon? It's probably not as good as the tapache we had that morning. The tapache was really good.
Yes, it was. It's not bad though. It's very light, actually, lemon.
Okay.
It's mainly sweet.
Here we go.
I'm excited about the tacos.
Tacos con papas. Oh no, tacos papas con chorizo, I believe.
Or you could just call them
Breakfast tacos.
breakfast tacos?
Yeah. And so the only other thing that came on it was green salsa. And if you want
Oh.
the green salsa, it's there. I don't know that I need it. I'm going to try this
I'm going to
straight
try
up.
without it just to try and not be too messy. Because, you know,
I was messy that morning.
Hence
Spilled
the
everywhere.
accident.
Yeah.
I do almost any taco any time of the day.
Yep. Yep.
I'd eat this for breakfast. I'd eat this for lunch.
Yeah.
I'm not
Anytime.
picky.
And so this is a chorizo hash almost. You could just have this with eggs. Have it with eggs and some green salsa on top. So pour out some of that lemon.
Oh, I just drank it out of the bottle.
Did you?
I know. No standards.
Okay, so this is super simple. Pretty much everything is in the chorizo. All of the flavoring is pretty much in the chorizo and the pickled onion that you put on top. Fantastic Mexico City street taco. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
See you again soon.